Right, this one shouldn't be too complicated, especially with the amount of power we have. We didn't have any problems doing our Jupiter injection burn. I don't see that we'll have any problems doing our Uranus one, even though this has got a funny name for the mission. Perfect. Ooh, an extra bit of data. Lovely. And something went wrong. Cost an additional data. Oh, it cancels out. Beautiful. Okay, so we need to get ourselves 12 more comms. And a bit of data as well. Then we'll almost have enough. We've got so many turns to do this. I'm not too worried. Yeah, a bit of data. Perfect. Successfully completed. Beautiful. Okay, so we've got enough comms, but we do need a bit more navigation. That should be everything. And a whole turn early! It's almost like I've been playing this game far too much recently. Reduced by 2. Now I'll resist that. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. 16, 16, 16. We have 18, 17, and 20. Oh, things are going wrong. Okay. Be reduced by 1. We can actually accept that. Because each thing gives us 5 thrust, and there we go. Butski 1, it's on its way to probe Uranus. That joke definitely never gets old once you become an adult. You think you become an adult and suddenly you become sensible, but China failed Mars lander. Ooh, that's exciting. Right, we're going to get researching the first module, the core module of our large orbital space station, equipped with multiple docking nodes to enable the connection of future modules. Right, we're going to research that, and once we have our new mission slot and we have enough money, we'll get building that and researching towards Beardy, because it's a 30,000 kilogram capacity and this weighs 20,000 kilograms. So I think we can launch all of these modules. Yeah. We can launch all of those modules with a Beardy. So that's pretty cool. We can do that. We want to do that. Because the Beardy is awesome. It's like a Space Shuttle 2.0. Regardless, we don't have enough money to do either of these. So we're just going to continue saving up. And our mission control expansion is now complete. 1 additional mission slot. It's going to take a little while, that modular station to unlock. So let's see if we can get some more money. Let's see if there are some commercial request missions we can do. Ooh, there are, but they don't actually pay a huge amount. Saying that though, this is a really cheap mission to do. It would be cheap enough to pay for itself. And just give us a little boost. We could probably throw it together in a couple of months. So probably worth doing, but not worth delaying either of these for. So we'll get building Mars orbit, and then we'll plan that. Salute crew return. Ah, they've been up in space for 12 months. We gathered a lot of invaluable data up there. Astronaut Lyubov Sanyaship. Maybe I should have changed that to a name I can actually pronounce. Commented in a televised interview. I'll be happy if I never see another rice plant again. 200 support. Very, very nice. More than welcome. Astronaut Alexei Leonov returned to active duty. Right, so I guess the cooldown, essentially, from that mission was equivalent to the time that they spent in space, if that makes sense. So we didn't launch a Soyuz up there and then bring it home, but it's implied that happened. So, okay, cool. I think we just need to continue until Rashki 3 is complete. Ooh, ESO is launching Space Telescope, which I assume is this one. Oh no, this one. So they're not doing X-ray telescope. They are researching it there, but they're doing like Hubble Space Telescope. You've got X-ray telescope before Space Telescope, but they're doing Space Telescope. That is a little bizarre that they're not launching both of those, but not surprising, you know, considering ESA's usual focus. But we are, of course, going for a vast modular space station. Mars orbit vehicle is complete. Yeah, it is worth doing these kind of missions. even though it's so much later, because they still give a lot of science. Like the milestone missions give way more science than the request missions do. Oh, we haven't got a good launch window for this for a long time. Then again, we haven't got a lot of missions sort of going on at the moment. I think just wait until then. Like we're sort of just saving up again now. We've sort of run out of money again. Need to wait until another commercial satellite mission becomes available. So we'll confirm that mission setup. That is fine. Neptune flyby. We still need to wait another month before that is available. Earth. God damn it. Yeah, there's no commercial satellite request missions, which is irritating. But we've got our funding review. Hopefully we'll get access to one after that. And we're not quite into the next budget tier, which is a shame. But now we can begin building Dabadi Dabaski, however we want to pronounce that. I want to say Dabadi Dabasky because it sounds like Dabadi Dabadai, but you know. We've got 3 outer planet missions though. So we should be first to Jupiter flyby, should be first to Neptune flyby, should be first to Uranus flyby. Potentially completed in 100 months. Oh my goodness me. Yeah, we've got the next phase in 50 months. Which I assume is going to be a course correction. But man, that mission is going to take a long ass time. Same as Neptune. It's another Mars mission. But it gives a bit of science. And that's actually a pretty useful upgrade. Hell yeah, we'll do that. Cosmos 419 is a fairly cheap probe. We don't need the extra power for this mission. We'll just build a standard one. Go for it. Boom, we've got 5 missions on the go. Perfect. Okay. Aha! The core module for our large orbital space station is complete. Right, so now we've researched that. Obviously, don't have enough money to get building it. It costs, oh my god, 3,600k. So in the meantime, we're going to work our way towards Buran. So I'm going to get the supplementary SRBs and research this. It'll take a little while to research. But yeah, that's what I want to launch that space station with. Okay. And our next mission phase is ready. So we've freed up the slot for our space station, but we don't have anywhere near enough money to actually build it yet. Let's design the vehicle for this Mars mission first. So Rashki 4 has its launch reliability tanked a little bit by this experimental fuel. But also because its reliability only depends on the upper stage of the vehicle, which is why we're using the Block D, even though we could have got away with using the Centaur C. But that does mean that we can use the R7 Vostok, because it's more than capable of launching it. So even though it has a lower launch reliability than the R7 Soyuz, significantly so, it doesn't actually matter. And it's by far the cheapest rocket that we could use. So that's what we are going to do. Rashki 4, confirm. We're spending a little bit longer on it. Using that contractor that just increases the launch reliability a little bit, but then we'll have to do some launch training as well. Regardless, let's continue and hopefully complete our Jupiter mission. Look at that. There it is in all of its orange glory. Initiate data collection. Oh, radiation. That is a new effect. What does that do? Serious radiation threat is present in this task. It will cause damage to payload reliability if left to accumulate. That we checked at the end of the turn. Each radiation thing present will reduce payload reliability by a set amount. It can be reduced by selecting commands that use it as an input. That is cool. So it actually like damages the spacecraft. So we've got 2. So we need to get rid of that each turn if we don't want to lose 10% of our payload reliability. That's a cool new modifier. I like that. Damn, okay. Let's have a look. So we need to get 12, 12, and 12. We've got 5 turns, 3 commands each turn, and we have this radiation modifier. We've got rid of all our radiation, and we've got a few of each resource. So I think as a starting turn, that works okay. You can see the Galilean moons going around. Actually, that's Ganymede over there. This is awesome. Really glad I decided to launch all these outer planet missions. Or is this that? Any payload reliability reduction due to radiation will only persist for the current task. Aha. Yeah, but so it won't continue, it won't carry over to the next task, which is alright, but still, it'll make this significantly harder. But yeah, I'm sure I'm going to find out that like the Grand Tour lets you literally do this exact mission for all of them and achieve all the milestones. I assume Grand Tour is its own thing. I assume it is its own mission to the other milestones. Otherwise, I will feel like an idiot. Yeah, I think do that. See if we can get the resources we need. Reduced by 2 comms. God, the failures really do hurt in these more advanced missions. Okay. I'm liking this new modifier, but I mean, it does really just have the effect of meaning you have to do the same 2 commands every single time. But that's all right. That should be fine. We should be able to get to our objective. Cool. So we just need 3 more data and 3 more navigation. We can do that. That should be fun. Got 1 power in case anything goes wrong. Let's do it. Oh, and something immediately goes wrong. Cost an additional 1. I think we're going to end up with more than we need. Yeah, we are. So we can accept that. There we go. Oh, and we got a bit of extra data. Perfect! So yeah, that has tanked our reliability. That has tanked our reliability a little bit, but that's only for the first task. But actually, that's it. That's complete. I thought there would be another phase to that, but no, there we go. We're finished. We've completed our Jupiter flyby. And look at that science reward. Hell yes. Thank you very, very much. Awesome. So we should get our vehicle research done pretty quickly. Really, all we need is just money. At the moment, the only one that's available to us is this lunar radiation contract. Now, we should be able to do this cheap as chips. So you know what? We are going to do it. We still can't afford to build Rashki 4, but let's do this. Let's do a prototype one. Look at that payload cost. Absolutely ridiculously low. This should be really, really simple. We'll build that payload and do this mission on a shoestring budget and just try and generate as much sort of profit as we can. China requests data. Following the success of your Jupiter flyby mission, they've requested your agency shares the scientific data. Their representatives have reminded you that China has shared their own data in the past. That is very true, actually. They've given us science from their space stations. I feel like it will hurt relations if we say no. And we do get a lot of bonuses from being allied with them. As much as I don't want to give them a boost, I think we'll share it. 6SRB research is complete. Yeah, I mean, they've given us a lot of science, and being allied with them is really helpful. So obviously we have to be aware, to stay ahead of them because they are our main competitor, but also it doesn't hurt to be a little bit friendly. Our era completion reward for this one is a reusable heavy lift rocket. It basically looks like the Falcon 9, but it's called the Wyvern. Now that is certainly going to be worth having, I'm sure. That's a little way off. What's the era completion reward for this one? 2 additional contractors. Ooh, once we've researched Buran, it really might be worth researching these 3 just to get access to that. Because 2 additional contractors, yeah, that's worth having. Europa's surface features unexplained cracks and streaks, yet is also bare of impact craters. They're pushing for a Jupiter orbiter mission to obtain further data. Our lunar radiation payload is complete. Minus 100% to the upper stage build time, but plus 100% booster build time. That is fine. Let's make this as cheap as we can. We can literally launch it on an R7 Sputnik. Look at that. Cheap as chips. Confirm. Cool. We don't quite have enough left to build this, but we will build it next month. Build vehicle. There we go. If we have a little look at missions, yeah, Jupiter Orbiter is in the next tier. I would like to do Grand Tour, but I get the impression that's going to take a really long time to complete. But I think out of planets wise, that should be our next goal. The era completion reward is the Pluto flyby, but we get a Pluto flyby as part of the Grand Tour mission, so I don't know, maybe we'll do that eventually, but we have to complete this whole era first. Bran is now researched. Awesome. Now we just need money. Mission training bonus is reduced by 50% per month. But that means if you wait a little longer, then it can still get up to 100%, hopefully. So 78% launch reliability for a Neptune flyby. That's not brilliant. Science reward from this, the base science reward is incredible. So we could buff that, or... Oh, actually, yeah, we've got a launch window very, very soon. Or we could launch it all the way next year. I'm thinking launch it sooner rather than later. I think 3% isn't going to make much of a difference, if I'm honest. I think science training, 5%, even an extra 5% on this reward is going to be a lot of extra science. So we'll confirm that mission setup. Let's get this thing launched. Cool. You've now unlocked a shuttle, a partially reusable space plane that can be used as a launch vehicle for your missions. They're designed in the same way as other launch vehicles, but are only available on crewed missions. Once constructed, it can be reused on future crewed missions that will have a fitting time and cost. Very, very cool. Let's have a little look at it. There it is. Wow. I believe there was a spaceplane runway. Here we go. Minus 25% to fitting time and cost when reusing shuttles. But that is quite an expensive piece of infrastructure. Let's take a while and just research the X-ray telescope, because that will give us a huge boost of science, and then we'll launch Grand Tour in a while. But we really want to be saving up for that modular space station right now. Yeah, launch it in January. That's good enough. 93%. Confirm. Cheap little mission. Get us a bunch of money. Very, very nice. Right. Let's launch this Neptune flyby. 145 months. Boy, oh boy, this is going to take a while. But the science reward, it's worth it. It's worth it. Absolutely. That's what I'm going to tell myself. I bet that someone's done like an analysis of the reward of these missions and the amount of time it takes to complete them. And they're just screaming at me like, no, they're not worth doing. But I would like to do every single milestone mission, you know, see everything that this game has to offer. I think that could be really cool. And we're up to 85% launch reliability. If I want to get better than that, go for it. Come on, Proton, you haven't let me down yet. I mean, these deep space probes, they're really expensive. Especially since we, you know, invested in the extra power variant of all of them, which, you know, really helped on the Jupiter mission. I assume it will help a lot on these. Especially considering radiation is something we have to deal with. Oh, goodness me, we cut that fine. -1 command on the first turn of the first task. Okay, we can deal with that, but my oh my. Oh, that was a close one. Still, we've almost fully upgraded this little combo. So that's pretty cool. There we go. Wow, okay. We were close to that one failing. Yikes. So there, we lose 1 command on this first turn. Cost an additional 1. We'll resist that to start with. Just... Best bet is just to resist things early on. Don't know how it's going to bite you in the ass later on. Yeah, this should be fairly simple. Having the extra power, man, having twice the amount of starting power makes these things considerably easier. We've even got a little bonus there, which is more than welcome. We've got 14 data. Yeah, and we'll start that next turn. Finish it the turn after. There's no reward for finishing it early. So let's just play it safe. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. That's the 25 thrust. Be reduced by 1, but we're going to have a bit of excess anyway, so we can accept that. Oh, got a little bit of extra navigation. Which is nice. Didn't need it, but it is nice. And then 1, 2. And we're sorted. I guess just charge up, but there's not really any need. Perfect. Okay, I thought this would be a little bit more complicated than it was, but extra power, man. Makes all the difference. Yeah, you really don't want to be launching prototype probes on these kind of missions. Just got an achievement. Delta Victorious. Complete a mission task with 30 or more thrust. Right, we're on our trajectory. Now that's going to take about 50 billion years to arrive. So long, in fact, it's not even on our events list. So yeah, we might as well just forget that we even launched that mission now. A massive thank you to my patrons and donators for their generous support, and an extra special thank you to Madzor, Peter Lushtinets, The Amazing Steak, Axel Jensen, Delta V, Dennis Klomp, Vermouth, Lady Lagsalot, Simone67, Olaf Hammerhand, Scott Milligan, Nicholas Popkus, World, Wather, Jagnath, Weir, Extra Crispy, Dreister, Lightning Gamer, Elmac, and Nobody Special.